About time England won a World Cup, innit?
You are watching and listening to Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV. Watch us on YouTube. Listen on your favourite podcast platform or ask your smart speaker to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Subscribe, like, follow and join in now.
You're watching Leicester Till I Die TV.
And it's live.
It is good afternoon. Back again. How the devil are you all? Do you notice I got afternoon right then? I know. I can't believe it. What is going on with this World Cup? Now, there's a lot to criticise about this World Cup. But what you cannot criticise is the number of shocks we're having. I've got to say, Japan 0, Costa Rica 1.
You didn't expect that, did you? Did you? No.
No, I didn't expect that. And then, not only that, and all I can say is drop Tillemans at your peril. Belgium 0, Morocco 2.
You didn't expect that, did you? Did you? No.
Where? I mean, it's great because going into this next round of games, at the moment, apart from France, nobody is guaranteed to go through. I'll tell you who is not guaranteed to go through, and that is Germany. And they are going to be playing Spain later, and I will be joined for that watch-along by Reese, who, although he's a Scot, has got some German in him. Don't ask. I'm not being rude. Don't ask. Kate, hello. How's your day been? Shocked. To be honest with you, I just can't get my head round these results. Okay, let's have a look at some of these actual results today and how it affects the groups. I'm in shock. I'm in shock, Kate. Can you believe them? Can you believe these results? I mean, it's making it exciting. We can't laugh. Sportscat, how are you doing with the first prediction? Let's put that in. 1-0 to Canada. I think Melina would be extremely happy with that. Where are we? Right, here we go then. Let's start with Group E. A, B, C, D, E. It's a good job I know my alphabet, isn't it? So, Group E, there we go. Spain, Germany tonight, but Japan 0, Costa Rica 1. So, Japan, who beat Germany, lost to Costa Rica, who I absolutely panned when they lost 7-0 to Spain. And I said, that says all there is to do it. Anthony, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good day. Totally, mate. Oh, Kate has gone 1-1. Anthony, what's your predictions? Hope you're feeling better, by the way, Anthony. I know you have had a dose of the COVID, which is never nice, never nice. And nobody tells me I've always got the trophy up my nose. I'm going to have to stop doing that one, aren't I? Yeah, and I say credit where credit's due. I slammed Costa Rica when they turned out, or they didn't turn up against Spain, and they beat Japan, who had beat Germany. Now, like I say, credit to Costa Rica. They deserve it, and as I say, maybe because I said, if you remember, you cannot judge Spain on that performance because it was against Costa Rica. Maybe you can then. Maybe you can. Joseph is asking a question. Good afternoon, Joseph. Sports Cat has answered that, I do believe. And then, of course, we just watched it. I did not see the first goal. Apparently, it was a Courtois blunder. But the second goal, I mean, we thought this was the last World Cup for Belgium's golden generation. Maybe the last World Cup was, and that this is taking a step further than we thought they could go. But I mean, just look at the table there. I mean, going into this game, Morocco have got 4 points, Belgium have got 3. Croatia 1, Canada 0. Wow. I mean, it's all open. Anthony's gone 2-1. 2-1 Canada. Wow. Okay. There's a lot of people fancying Canada for this one. So if England beat Wales, who would England have to play? Whoever comes top in Group A, as indeed Sports Cat said. Look, I have got my guest in. You know him. He's been here many, many times. He loves a last-minute drama, so he must be really, really enjoying this World Cup. Let us bring him in. Let us sing it in and say, well, let me first of all get rid of that. Let me bring him in and say, hello, Karl.
Hey, afternoon, Chris. Hope everyone's well today.
And are you well? Are you enjoying this? I mean, I've just said there's a lot to criticise about this World Cup. We know that, and we have criticised it. But you cannot moan about the number of upsets, can you?
No, you can't moan the number of upsets that's been happening in the World Cup, especially with Morocco beating Belgium 2-0 today, and Japan getting frustrated by Costa Rica was very surprising as well today. Yeah. 2 surprising results. And yeah, this is going to be an exciting game between Croatia and Canada. I think, I'd say Croatia can they prove themselves after the defeat in the last World Cup in the final? Can they get there again with this golden generation they still have at the moment?
Well, I mean, all I can say after, I mean, I've said it already, but after today's result...
You didn't expect that, did you? Did
No.
you?
No, we didn't expect that at all. I mean, Canada, as indeed Sports Cat said here, Belgium should have lost against Canada. They were very lucky to get through. So maybe Canada can spring a surprise. I've got to be honest, I am going to go for... I never thought I'd hear myself say this, but I'm going to agree with Kate. I know I'm mad, but I'm going to agree with Kate and go a 1-1. What do you fancy for this one, Karl?
I think Canada can get a point in this game today as well. I have to agree. I think it's a 1-1 draw. I think this Croatia side is just lacking a little bit at the moment with up front at the moment, and that's where the weakness. With Canada, you've got players that are forced to this will go down the wings, but you have got a player like Jonathan David, who's been terrific at Lille since he joined from the MLS, and he's been terrific for Lille. And I must say, I'm surprised a top 10 Premier League team or European team have not come for him yet. And he will fit for any club. He can fit for a Leicester side, fit for any side, to quite honest ways. And the Croatian side is aging as well. Like Sportcat said, it is aging the Croatian side. You see Canada getting the talent through at the more who are playing more in the MLS and also around Europe as well. So it is going to be a tight game, but I think Canada will still have a chance to get to qualify at the last game. Last game against Morocco. But I'm going to go
1-1 for you for then. Yeah, 1-1 for you. Yeah, Kate, it won't happen again. Maybe I should stick with me 2-1 because that's not done me too bad. I don't know. Croatia is aging, as Sports Cat said there. They're relying on Modric. I mean, a couple of the stars are starting to sort of turn up. Kevin De Bruyne hasn't really turned up yet, has he? And,
no.
we know Messi's turned up. So we don't know what's going on. I mean, I don't know how well you know the teams. I don't really at all. But these are the two teams. So for great, I'm not going to read them out because anybody that knows me well knows me that anything past Jones and Smith, and I get my teeth to come out. But basically, a few names we will know. Lovren in defence there. Modric, of course, still going strong in midfield. Kramaric, obviously ex-Leicester City player.
Yeah.
Who never really had a chance at Leicester. I loved him, and I think he should have been given a chance. But Vardy was coming through, and we know all where that went. And of course, Perisic up front, looking good to you.
Yeah, it does actually. The one player he took off is number 20, Josiko Gravador, who's actually one hell of a player at Leipzig. He was linked with Chelsea earlier this summer. He's just signed another long-term extension. He came from Dinamo Zagreb. Leeds were linked with him 2 seasons ago, but he's at Leipzig and he's done terrifically well. That's one player you do need to watch in the future. He will go to a big club. Chris, he really is talented. In the Canada side, 2 players we know are Alphonso Davies and Jonathan David. Jonathan David's been having a tremendous few seasons at Lille. I think he's been one of the few top scorers along with Victor Osimhen before he went to Napoli. I think Jonathan David will be the next one to be coming out of that Canada side to go to a big club. That, like I said earlier, that will happen. Alphonso Davies, he's getting more, he overtook, David Alaba at left back, and he's been tremendous as well. So they're the 2 big names you do see in the Canada side. But like I said, Canada's got a decent team who have been playing quite well in the MLS, which they've elevated over the last couple of years now to get to that highest standard now, especially how the women's side have done, the women's world side have done over years, and the managers come from the women's team to the men's team. So it's a huge change for him to manage a huge side to get, not been in the World Cup for over 30 years.
Yes, yeah. Like I say, maybe I've judged these on, and I've judged Costa Rica badly, and look at what they've done. That was my lunch was a dose of humble pie. Credit to them. And maybe I have, because as I look at the groups, the predictions we made at the start of the competition, Brad actually, in fairness, had he had Canada bottom. I had Canada bottom. Doug actually had Canada second. So maybe Doug knows something we don't, or maybe he's just had a few drinks too many.
Yeah, well, you can say that again. The one player I do know quite well is actually, I'm just seeing on here, there's a few players that did still play in Scotland, such as David Witherspoon, who's at St Johnstone. He's been really good for St Johnstone. He's been at St Johnstone since 2013, so he's been one of the longest serving, and he played for Hibs as well too. So, and he was born in Scotland because he's got Canadian heritage in him. Other player will have to is coming through as well is Steven Esquati. So he's playing at Porto. He's he's one of the players that's been been consistent with part of this season. He's just run part of this season, on loan. So it's good. Canada have a few good players. But the 2 players you look at is actually Alphonso Davies and Jonathan David, because they're up front will make a huge difference. And Liam, Miller's on the bench as well, he plays for Basel in Switzerland. So, Canada's got some good players who are playing for their teams in the Canadian teams in the MLS and have been decent. So, but they say give them a chance to see what they can do against this experienced and Asian Croatia side.
Yeah. Eddie Mater quite rightly says their women's team 2 Olympic bronzes and a gold. Maybe like England, they'd be better off putting the Canadian women's team out, like we would be better off putting the England women's team out. I don't know. Now, Karl, your is it your dad that's going to be in the chat?
I hope so, but he said he's going to go to. He's one of his friends. He's invited to go to a casino, so I don't know what my dad's doing at the moment. So my dad's.
But he's an honorary Canadian, did you say?
He's honorary Canadian. He's been there for over a decade. He's been there for a decade now with his wife and my little half brother sister. So yeah, they are now honorary Canadians now after a decade. So so it is the part of Calgary. There's a lot of expats there, and now probably a lot of honorary Canadians now.
Right. The teams are just coming out. So we will be right back after this.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
Indeed. Before we start, Karl, I have put your details in the chat below if you're watching on YouTube, but just give a shout out as to where people can find you.
Yeah. You can find me at Karl Leave It 92 here on Twitter. Personally, you can find us at the LS Football Pod, which is the Total Leave It Home Football Podcast channel as well on Twitter. You can find us on YouTube and Facebook at the Total Leave It Home Football Podcast. We are trying to get up to 50 subscribers before Christmas. Well, hopefully I am going to come back with some of the real office Saturday show at some point in the next few weeks now once I settle in with my new job. So hopefully I'll be back on doing some Saturdays, and hopefully as well, we will get the podcast back on up and running with the Total Leave Your Home Football Podcast on Spotify, Apple, and Google and other platform services as well. So please follow us.
I think please do. I say details in the chat below on YouTube. I think I killed off your Saturday morning show. I think you had me on it, and I don't think it's appeared since. But
I did a few more. And I think I just had a break. But I'm hopefully going to be back. Hopefully after New Year's, that is the time we're going to get back after New Year. So
right. Let's just have a look. I couldn't believe this actually. Football is an 11-a-side game. But when it comes to how many officials do you think actually sort one match out?
Oh, good question. I don't know.
I would have said, referee, fourth official, 2 linesmen, video and assistant video. There's 10.
10. Yeah.
10. Yeah. So today you've got the referee, Andreas Matonte from Uruguay. 2 assistant referees are from Uruguay. The fourth official is from Peru. The reserve assistant referee is from Peru. The video assistant referee is from Argentina. The assistant video assistant referee is from Uruguay. The offside video assistant referee is from Argentina. The support video assistant referee is from Chile. And the standby assistant video assistant referee is from Argentina. How many bloody video assistant referees do we need? Because they're still fucking getting it wrong, even though there's like half a dozen of them. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's a lot than I thought it would be. I didn't expect it was 10. I thought it would be at least 6 or 7, but 10, that is quite a lot.
The last one there, Diego Bonfa from Argentina, standby assistant, video assistant referee. Wow, what a title. Yeah, if the prize for the biggest title of the game is to go out, it is to go to him. But,
it is.
But we will see. We will see what's going on. They've never played each other before, these two teams.
No.
Croatia's last 5 games, they have won. Well, they drew the last game, obviously, to Morocco, who we've just seen win. They beat Saudi Arabia 1-0. They beat Austria 3-1. They beat Denmark 2-1, which is no mean feat. And they beat France 1-0. These are obviously in the World Cup. These are the recent games in the World Cup. So now Canada, they've lost 1, drawn, lost 1. So they actually lost to Belgium, they beat Japan. In fact, they beat Japan 2-1. They lost to Bahrain. Uruguay beat them, but they did beat Qatar 2-0. So you've got to look at this and go, on that form, you've got to really expect, well, going into this game, you've got Croatia as favourites, haven't you?
Yeah, you do have those slight favourites at the moment, especially with the experience of the players they have in that squad as well, especially with the goalkeeper, Dominic Lakovic, who is actually, if you play Football Manager, he's one of those goalkeepers you can get for steal, quite much. So, yeah, you have to, Croatia got some good players, in that defence, Martin Kanatovic from Chelsea, so I think that midfield experience could blow away Canada's midfield, quite honestly, because Canada's midfield is not the best, along with Alfonso Davies on the wings, but if Canada's playing in a 3-4-3 formation, so let's see how they do. I think it will be more as a 3-5-2 if later on at some point in the game.
It will be interesting. If you are new, do go over and subscribe to Karl's Details, but also give this channel a subscribe. And if you have subscribed, as I always say, smash the likes, because it does give the channel. It helps our algorithms. It gets us out there. Only one rule, really. Well, a couple of rules. One of them is have fun and enjoy the banter, and the other one is do not give any what's the word I'm looking for? Spoilers, that's it. Do not give any spoilers out until you've seen it on the graphic on the screen. The graphic on the screen will probably be ahead of me, probably be ahead of Karl. It should be about in time with real life, but as soon as you see it on there, by all means comment, but don't give any spoilers out. It just ruins it for everybody, and it's an instant throw out. David is in. David and I can't say that. Eddie Meta, thank you very much. The results are brilliant, David. What are your two predictions as Croatia are about to kick off? Well, they have kicked off, as you can see on the screen. So let's know your predictions. I haven't kicked off yet. Karl, have you?
Not yet as well. I just waited for that signal to come as well. So I'm not too far behind you as well. Yeah. So I would say
Dean is in. I've just kicked off now.
Yeah, same here.
You as well. Yeah. What's your prediction, Dean? I am well. Hope you are too. Yeah. So we're probably about the same then. And it has to be said, Croatia are in all black shirt, short and socks, and they are kicking from left to right as they are on the graph. Oh my God, there's a goal already!
It's Canada. So Canada's in all black, Croatia's in there.
Oh my God, there's a goal! There's a goal, Karl.
Wow.
Canada looks like they've got it. Surely. Wow, I'm going to catch up here.
Yeah.
Oh my God. David's gone 2-1 Canada. I think you could be right. And QPR Dean's gone 2-1. Let's have a look at this. The ball down the far side. Chipped in. Header. Whoa, what a goal.
Yeah.
Number 19.
Oh. Yeah, it looks like that is John. It looks like that is. Yeah, that is. Look at Alfonso Davies, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks like it is Alfonso Davies. Yeah, Alfonso Davies.
It hurt my throat recording that, I'll tell you. And I think I've got to play this again.
You didn't expect that, did you? Did you?
No. I don't think that caught us all by surprise. But you have Canada 1-0.
Yeah, I'm just looking at number. Yeah, it looks like number 22. That looks like, and then even Mark Davis. Did you see Davis to come through that quickly to the head of the ball? And I've just seen who's the one who's just. It's absolutely awful defending. Actually, I'm just seeing. Yeah, it's Jovanovic should have done better. Should have been careful, been more checking. Davis coming on his behind him, but. Yeah, what a surprise! Actually, Canada have taken the lead in this game, and it's Alfonso Davies. Do you know what? His life has been trajectory up as coming from the refugee, to play for, and then going to Bayern Munich. It's been probably a dream for his life. His life has changed. Fair play to Alphonso Davies. He's very the leader of that team. Despite he doesn't have the captaincy.
It was a good cross, wasn't it? It was a good cross. A great jump to get the head on the ball. I mean, Melina, who was in the chat yesterday, Canadian fan who hasn't been that well. She had health problems, but she's back, and it was lovely to have her back. She's in a local drinkery, I believe, in Canada, with some other Canadian gooners. She must be as excited as hell at the moment. Kate, I think you must be about 2 minutes behind. I just said Canadians. You did. Is it too late for us to change our minds, Karl? I think it is.
I think it is now, actually. Yeah.
I mean, wow, credit. I mean, like I say, where are these games coming from?
I don't know.
Results. I mean, like I say, so much to criticise about this World Cup, but you cannot criticise the drama in the results.
No, you can't. No, you really can't, actually. And especially for Canada, who have not been at a World Cup for a long time. Yeah. It's like something for proof to them. And I think they are trying to get ready for their World Cup when they hosted their games in Vancouver and Toronto at the next World Cup, which is going to be vital for them. They want to hopefully try to make a good presence, try to get to the last 16, and hopefully get beyond further at the home World Cup, the co-home World Cup as well in 4 years' time. So I think this is going to be a huge one for the Canadians to try and get something. Yeah.
It would be quite funny if Canada progress and America don't.
Yeah, I know. I have to admit, when I watched Mexico earlier yesterday, Mexico just didn't look really good at all, actually.
They totally didn't. No,
they really have struggled. Mexico. Tata Martino, who was Messi's head coach manager at Barcelona for one season. I know he won a few MLS Cups with Atlanta United, but he has struggled in the Mexico job since so he is under pressure. I don't think he'll be there. I don't think he'll be the manager at Mexico after the last game. I think he's done after that. I think Mexico need a huge rebuild towards the 2026 World Cup because, I don't think a lot of the players, I think players like Raul Jimenez, he's now getting 30. He's now 30 now. So
I think this could be said by a lot of teams, to be honest with you. And Newport County, Mike. We all know Mike, the mad Welsh fan. But Newport County are leading Derby in the FA Cup. So come on, Mike. Not that I'm biased as a Leicester fan, of course, but come on, Mike. But there's a lot of players. We've said, haven't we, that this is going to be their last World Cup. I mean, let's just have a look and just see what the table at the moment looks. Morocco top with 4, Canada second with 3 at the moment on goal difference, Belgium third on 3 with goal difference, and Croatia on 1. I mean, that table is upside down, isn't it?
It is upside down. You expect the teams like Croatia, Belgium be in the top 2, in the first 2 games. But yeah, surprised how Morocco, beating Belgium, and also and Canada taking Belgium all the way. And they could have got a good draw if Alphonso Davies missed the penalty, so Belgium not being their best, and you'll have to look at what's happened under Roberto Martinez. Is this goal generation for Belgium is over now? I think it is in some sort of way because I think they've had so much chances to get further in the World Cup. I just don't think they've never got that inkling to get that further on in the latter stages of the tournament.
I think, Dean, you could be right there. A few more goals in this one, definitely. I mean, that's the only problem. If you're a fan of Canada, that was an early lead to take, but it does give Croatia the whole match to get back in. But I didn't watch, I've got to be honest with you, I didn't watch the Canada-Belgium game. It wasn't one that I covered, but I don't know if you saw it, but people were saying that Belgium were lucky to get away with the win.
they were very lucky. They're very, very lucky to get the win because Canada were pressuring them. I think Belgium wasted so much chances in the final third, and especially what's happened with what's going on with Lukaku and his situation at Chelsea. I don't think he's been on a scoring pattern since he's been back at Inter. He's had his injuries as well too. De Bruyne, yes, he's had a good season with Man City. He's not been consistent enough. He's not being consistent enough for Belgium. The other players like Charles De Ketelaere, who made a big move to AC Milan, he's struggled. He was late with Leeds as well. For clubs when he moved for clubs, he struggled. With his form as well. Some of the Belgian players are not being on form this season in some European leagues. So,
Tielemans, he's been up and down with his form. He was dropped for the start today. Maybe Roberto Martinez took them sort of too lightly, but that comment you made there, which I wanted to pick up on, is the everybody, they're struggling in the final third, but then so many of the top teams are. I've watched some of these teams, and I'm thinking, my God, you're in the top 5 of the FIFA rankings. Oh, that was off. I think that would be. Oh, yeah, that was offside. You're in the top, and yet you can't hit the target.
Yeah, absolutely. The teams, most of the teams have struggled hitting the targets in the final third, which is a bit disappointing actually. And and I think that's why. When I was speaking to my dad last night, despite what I said about Spain beat 7-0 to Costa Rica, but Spain were wasteful. No matter how it goes, you win the game. Like I agree to an extent, yes. But if you're like not supposed to be, if you're supposed to be like Iran, who convert like 15 shots on target to compared to Wales the other day, then you're looking at thinking they're very efficient with their XG goals, to score, but not the other teams. Opposite teams hasn't.
Yeah. So we've just done the first 10 minutes, and it's pretty much they're just showing the goal again. I don't know what the Croatian defender was doing. Nothing.
No, I think
he didn't seem to jump up at all with the Canadian striker.
Janovic should have looked behind if Alfonso Davies could, and even I think Lovren should have done better to tell his teammates say watch him, because that was surprising. Lovren, ex-Southampton Liverpool player, should have that leadership capacity of knowing. It should tell him or know where the player is going to be coming to. And that was just a bit disappointing from both Lovren and
Croatia got the first corner of the game, and we'll see what they can do with this. But it's good defending, and they're keeping a straight line there at the back, Canada. They've got to. They seem to be playing well as a unit. Let's see what they do from this corner. It's 11 attacks to Croatia at the moment, 8 to Canada. So Jack is in. Good afternoon, Jack. How are you? Hope you're well. I popped in earlier for your watch along. I presume you're not doing this one, or if you are, you're having a bit of a rest. But welcome along. Thanks for popping in. An amazing start for Canada. So we've got a corner coming in now from Croatia. It's a short corner. He gets it back again, Modric. Jinx, but he doesn't get it past he's trying to lift the ball up and he can't even get it over the height of a standing defender. The defender didn't have to jump. He just stood there and headed it out. And you've got to think, these are supposed to be world-class players.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. I think Modric has had that love-hate relationship with the Croatia fans, especially with the tax allegation fraud a couple of years ago, and then he redeemed himself after to get the team to the World Cup final 4 years ago. So it's a bit of a love-hate relationship that some of these Croatian players have with their fans at the moment, and they expect huge expectations of the Croatians. I really do, but it's a bit of a worry if they don't get qualified, and they do need a new golden generation to come through, because I think they have got talent. That's coming through.
And then just a cross straight in again, and it's just headed out by Canada. I just don't know what Croatia are doing. It's all Croatia at the moment, 62% possession, but it's that final ball and that final third. That not just Croatia, but every team again. easily dealt with by the Canadian defence. The Canadian goalkeeper easily picks it up, but decides to do a Pickford and fall on it. Number 18 for Canada. I mean, it's great for football, these results, aren't they?
Yeah, they are absolutely this current result at the moment, and like I said, Dad was surprised at how he saw when he said Germany was drawing 1-1 with Japan, and then we looked at the next day thinking, oh bloody hell, right, I didn't expect Japan to win. So yeah, it was more surprised how these results are going differently. I just think now we need more than that. These teams, to try and do something
Yeah.
That,
David says that Croatia won't be behind for long. Well, they're certainly going for it, but they're not getting past the Canadian defence. Jack, what's your prediction, Jack? Joining the prediction game. What are you going to go for? Oh, a through ball from Canada there, but it's a bit too long. Croatia just see it out for a throw in on the near side.
Yeah.
On that. Yeah, I mean, we say that. I don't know, David. Croatia. Croatia, they are attacking. They're attacking like mad, but they're only 3 attacks ahead of Canada. So Canada are holding their own quite nicely at the moment. And the longer it goes on, the more Croatia, who are expected to win this, in fairness. Now the final result here, actually with the XG is for Croatia. So, but again, you would expect that, wouldn't you? But Canada coming here, chip into the box, goal scorers on it, but Croatia deal with it. Oh, then he trips him. I thought it was an accident, but he gets a free kick. Canada looking good.
Yeah, they are looking good. They're very compact. The defense structure is very good at the moment. The first 15 minutes of the game, and yeah, you know what? As I said, they're now playing as a 4-4-2 now, so they are matching up really to Croatia's midfield, which is and also the wing backs can't get further down. Down the wings. So Canada's keeping them compacted in this game during the moment, the first 15 minutes.
Indeed. And fair play to them. Who else? Let's have a look. So, at the moment, it's bogged down in midfield a little bit at the moment.
It is.
They can't. Croatia tried to get it, but everybody keeps giving them. Once they get the ball, they just give possession away.
Yeah, they do. And like I said, the Canadian defense is holding it very well, and it's going to throw it for Croatia down on the far side. Yeah, I think Croatia really need to find something now in the next 10 minutes or so to equalize this game. This game's going to be a bit slow with the tempo. They need to up the tempo a bit, Croatia, to try and get back in this game.
Just congratulations. This was released earlier on today. Gary O'Neill has agreed an 18-month deal to become the new Bournemouth boss after 12 matches as an interim manager. So congratulations. I think he deserves the chance.
Yeah, he deserves the chance, and we know there was talks with Bournemouth and Marcel Bielsa, but it was going to come down to money because of Bielsa and his backroom staff were very expensive, and that's why Bournemouth ended the talks due to the financial aspects. I think Gary O'Neill deserves a chance, now to get an 18-month contract. So yeah, it's really good. It's really good for him, to get that deal, and hopefully, he can try to keep, go to the January transfer window of the signing the players that he wants with his new ownership. Hopefully, it's to be expected to be done within the next.
Yeah, that's still not gone through. Dean says here, Canada sitting back, counter-attack football. I can't argue with that. We won the Premier League playing that way, so I've got to say, fair dues. See, you can tell. We can tell December is around the corner. The transfer rumours are all picking up. Canada through. Oh, that was nice. That was nice. Little give and take there, and then the back heel.
Yeah,
he didn't.
Yeah,
He didn't follow his run on. He stopped his run, and therefore wasn't there.
Yeah, it was no good chance for Canada to try to, if they got the back heel from to one of the players, it would have been 2-0 to Canada, But look, like I said, Croatia is still looking, they're still in this game at the moment.
Yeah. 18 minutes gone though. Canada pretty much. I mean, they are matching. One of these teams is 12th in the FIFA rankings. One is 41st. At this point, you tell me which one is which. Because I don't think you can, I think they're both giving as good as they're getting.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this Canadian side is very young and a hungry team. And that's the huge thing. And that's why I think everyone's excited how this team's going to really progress with this young, hungry talent that's coming through the ranks quite well. So yeah, watch this space because we're seeing an influx of not just US players but North American players are coming through the ranks.
We'll see. Again, it's with I'm just reading about Southampton. It's with Canada at the back. A chip forward to the far side, intercepted by Croatia, means they can break away. The defending in numbers, 5 Croatians. Well, they managed to find one. It was 6 defenders against 5 strikers. They picked out the striker, but now Canada are coming away with it. The goal scorer here. Down the left. Oh,
Davis is going. Yeah, what a mistake.
And he doesn't pick a player out, his own player out again.
I think he was trying to find either Jonathan David, who just went past him, who went further on. I thought Jonathan David would try to pass it near the keeper, but but Jonathan David passed it just around the 6, just outside, just before the 6-yard area. So yeah, bit surprising. With that one from the pass from Davis, but no, another chance from Canada.
I hope you can hear me now, Kate. Is everybody else okay with the sound? I think Kate was having sound problems. I think she just doesn't like listening to me, Kate. I think that's what it is. And I agreed with your scoreline as well, Kate. That's not very nice. And joke. Anyway, Croatia now are trying to get back into this game. They're not panicking at the moment, but if they leave it too long, they will start to panic, and that's when they can leave themselves open at the back.
Yeah.
Crossover and easily met by the Canadian defender. Oh, that was he had time to control the ball there, the Canadian, and he was hoofed it upfield, and he just went nowhere. Croatia now. Oh, I think there was some pulling there, but it was sliding to get on the end of the ball, but it did end up in the Canadian goalkeeper's arms.
I don't think there's nothing out of that play. I don't think there's no cynical foul. I think it was both. I think the referee decided to be, to let them play on. So I don't know if there was a shirt pull. I'll just see it again in a slow motion. And yeah, I do see a grab, but there's nothing huge on it. It wasn't really pulling really hard. So no, I think Canada.
I mean, we know football's a non-contact sport at the moment, but Canada looks dangerous. They do. They're soaking up the Croatian pressure, and then they're having 1 or 2, dangerous breaks. But again, it's that final balls.
It is that final ball that Croatia needs to do better. So is Canada a little bit as well. So you know what? It is going to be see how Canada can get another goal in the next 5 to 10 minutes if they can keep getting chances. And what a through ball as well from Davis, just to go past the one of Croatia. Yeah, just.
Ash is in. He says 3-1 Canada, as I said yesterday. I got your email, by the way, mate, but I am sorted. Sorry for tonight's show. I meant to send it you back, but it's been a bit chaotic. But we'll get something sorted out for the next rounds. So leave it with me. Leave it with me. Are you on Twitter, by the way, Ash? Because if you are, that's the quickest way for me to contact you. Because when we invite on for these watch-alongs, it's pretty much can you let me know ASAP moment, and you don't always get that with emails. Canada holding on to the ball. Two Croatians trying to get it off him and have failed. Croatians are back now in numbers. There's plenty of black shirts there. Cross comes in. Not a brilliant cross. Kicked out clear by the Croatian. They're showing some very nice touches, the Canadians.
Yeah, they are. They're playing good, a bit of one-touch football quite well, actually, with the good touches, what they need to do to try to keep the ball from the Croatians, and they are attacking as well, up in the air as well, too. So they'll give credit to the Canadians who've got a perfect game plan at this moment.
Yes, yeah. I hope you can hear me, like I say, okay now, Kate. And yeah, Ash, give me a follow on Twitter, then I can sort of message you quickly on that. I think the sound is okay. It's been pulled back here. I think the ball had gone out.
Yeah, it was a foul throw. It was a foul throw, actually.
Oh, was it? Right. And a Croatian throw in that goes straight to the Canadians. So there's not much point in them winning that. You can hear me. Jolly good. Yeah. That the old IT thing, turn it on and turn it off again, as Dean said earlier. And it's now a throw into Croatia on the far side. 25 minutes gone. 0-0. Do you make changes at half time if you're Croatia, or do you look at this and thinking like, well, we're getting a fair share? Oh, the through. It's ahead. Oh, he didn't control it, but he's still got the ball. It's in, and it's offside. Oh, it's offside.
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been tight. I mean, I'm sure they'll look at it. Kramaric there, ex-Leicester player. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, he went too soon. He is offside.
Yeah, I've just coming up to it now, actually. When he's just running, he's just offside. Yeah, just ahead.
It does help having those stripes in the pitch, doesn't it?
It does. It really does.
But yes, it was, in fairness. I thought they were back into the game there. But no, the question I was about to ask was, if you are Croatia, do you make changes at half-time? Or, and there's just the prime example, you were very much in the game. Do you leave it sort of 15, 20 minutes into the second half?
I would say leave around about 15, at least 10 to 15, 20 minutes in the second half, actually, for Croatia. So I don't think it's big to make changes at half time if they're 1-0 down.
I've never seen this before. Attacks. Oh no, it's just updated. It was saying they were both 25. It's now updated. Canada now 48% possession, 34 attacks to 27. Dangerous attacks are pretty much equal, but again, they've only had one shot each.
Yeah, one shot each at the moment. Like I said, these teams, Croatia getting a shot on target, getting a header, for the first goal, and they could get another shot on target, and they just have a chance again. It's been cleared away by Sosa, from Utako, and then Croatia still trying to go on with Kramaric, but Canada, like I said, holding the marking the perfect spot quite well, especially in a defense, you know. So, and that's a lot of tackle as well, actually, from Canada. And they kicked the ball out to go back to Croatia's half, you know. So it's still going to be a lot of running for Croatia to bring the ball back in Canada's half.
Like I say, I love this fact that these teams, you know, these smaller teams are there's a player down for Canada.
Yeah, it's a free kick. Yeah, they're just on the offside again. Yeah, it was offside, and
yeah. I mean, Dean says there. I honestly think it was just Croatia were caught off guard. The starting 11 for Croatia were good enough, but then you could say that about Belgium. You know, you could say that about Argentina and Saudi. I know what you're saying, but like I always say, these games aren't played on paper.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doctor 14 Blu-ray reviews. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I've just seen this one moment in Newport and Derby.
Derby have equalised. Derby have equalised.
I think, like I said, Derby's been one of the surprise teams in League One. I'm trying to get back up. You know, Paul Wayne, you know, did very well at Wrexham. No, sorry, at Rotherham. Sorry, he's done very well.
In fairness, they wouldn't have gone down if they hadn't had the points deducted.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I think there's been a bit of burst of surprise for the Derby, you know, to get, you know, playing it, and how they played against Liverpool in the League Cup a couple of weeks ago was terrific. You know, they had a good chance to knock them out. They really did.
So here we are. 1-0. Half an hour gone. Just coming up to it. And I can say so many of these results I'm just not expecting. Spain starting 11 was definitely good enough on paper and on the pitch. I could say I just don't know. That goal difference is scary. I mean, does it diminish it for you if sort of a lot of big names go out?
Bit of yes and no, yes, but not really, because sometimes you do need surprise. And you know, look, all for FIFA. Look, this is what some organizations care about. It's about with big teams means more revenue. If, for example, say look at Cricket World Cup, if India and Pakistan gets knocked out of the Cricket World Cup, you lose a significant revenue when those two nations don't play if they get knocked out. So it is vital for FIFA to release revenues to make sure these big teams that are in the World Cup and then try to progress into the knockout stages.
In fairness, though, just as you sort of go down the tables, as they stand, when you for the teams that played 2 games, Group A, Ecuador and Netherlands are 1 and 2, which you'd probably expect. England and Iran in Group B, possibly USA, Wales, you could say, would have been expected that. So Iran going through might be a shock. Saudi Arabia, Mexico, bottom 2. Again, you'd probably expect that. So the surprises have happened, but overall, the teams, Denmark could be struggling in Group D with Australia second. But, you know, the Spain, Germany, that's a big one tonight.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's a huge game for Germany. If they don't get through, I think there's going to be an issue with Hansi Flick's future as the Germany manager going forward, because, you know, especially how they got knocked out to England in the last Euro 16, and they had a bit of a difficult start to the Nations League as well. So there is pressure for the Germans if they can try to get through. So no, it's a huge challenge.
It is. But they always do seem to rebuild, don't they, the Germans?
Yeah.
And the slow starters. They are always slow starters.
Yeah, they are. But for them, it is a bit of a rebuild because of some of the certain players have gone, you know, not playing or are gone. And, you know, they've had to look at replacements, you know. Some of them not delivering it up to expectations yet. but it's still time under this German squad how better they'll get.
Indeed. So 32 minutes gone. This is very, very well poised, this game. And I'll be honest with you, I could see Canada getting a second. I could also see Croatia pinching one back. I could see it going either way.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't know who the team will score first again. I don't know if it'll be Canada or Croatia. So it is a tough one. Who will get the first? What team could get a goal before half time?
Yes. I can't copy it. He won't let me copy and paste on the main screen here. And so there's mine. I think that's maybe 1-1 by half time. They've literally got just over 10 minutes. Got about 12 minutes to make that happen, Dean. I went for a draw, as did Karl, but I think I'd like to see Canada win. Would you, Karl?
I do as well too. I like to see Canada win just to get the 3 points. I'd be happy actually to go out and because they deserve to be in the lead in the first 2 minutes of the game. Just caught Croatia off guard, and Croatia have tried to recover from that first conceded goal.
You're getting me yawning now, and I'm not yawning because the game's boring, but I just am tired.
Yeah, I know. I am as well too. Safe here as well.
I'm really glad when they get rid of these these early kickoffs. Not that I'm getting up to cover them, but it's they're through again. Oh, what a save by the Canadian goalkeeper! Oh,
yeah.
he's gonna.
Yeah, what a save!
Timed it well. Same area as Kramaric was earlier, and he just could not get it in. Wow.
Yeah, Miller was a little bit late, but he kind of came back in to try to get the block before his goalkeeper made a save. And yeah, Croatia kind of looking on the door right now.
Oh, it's a goal! It's a goal! It's 1-0.
See here.
It's 1-0.
What a ball from Modric. What a ball from Modric's headed over the air, but Canada don't deal with it. It looks like Kramaric just got, see here what he does. And just see where it happens.
Oh. Don't know if it's been reviewed. I don't think so.
Next Kramaric scored, yeah.
Yes.
And he finally gets the goal after his goal was ruled out for offside.
I've got to say, no more than Croatia deserved.
No, yeah, Croatia was slowly coming back in the game, and I said if they can get a goal before half time, it'll be interesting to see how Canada will respond when Croatia equalised. And he was onside as well, Kramaric as well. He was onside and he was unmarked as well. He should have been better marked from Miller. Miller had, but yeah, keeper couldn't do nothing much to try to stop it. But like I said, I think Canada could have been better of trying to close that ball to see who. Yeah, it's Hutchinson, the oldest outfield player, the oldest outfield player for the World Cup. He should have done better of covering that left hand, right hand side before Kramaric scored with his left foot.
Is that the chance gone now, do you think, for Canada?
I don't think so. I think Canada still have a good chance to try and get something at this game, but they need to respond very well. I think Jonathan David needs to try and get into this game as well. And Alphonso Davies has been a little bit quieter the last few minutes. So yeah.
Is it Buchanan number 11 for Canada?
Buchanan, he's gone down.
He didn't want to take a helping hand from the Croatian player.
No.
But what a game this is now. I'm just worried now that Canada. I mean, you could see it coming, definitely.
Yeah.
But I just feel now Canada may have missed their chance, and they need to hold on to basically to for the confidence, because they don't want to let another goal in now before the break.
No, absolutely. They do need to They need to keep either not get a goal before a bit, or try to stay 1-1 until half time. So it's a huge one for the Canadians.
Oh, but they're coming in now. They're breaking away down the far side. Croatia. There's 4 defenders back. What can you do with it? There's another Croatian player coming up, but they're getting the numbers back now in Canada. The black shirts are now all in the box, and it just trickles through to the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
A question there from Ash, a quiz question, or as he calls it, a quiz question. Who is the only player that has played in 3 World Cup finals?
So,
what do you say? Possibly Pele?
Pele, yeah.
Can't think of anybody else.
Yeah, definitely Pele.
Dean says Ronaldo.
Yes. Actually, Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo.
Yeah, Brazil, yeah. Oh, no to both of them.
Both of them, yeah.
I wonder if it is in my World Cup annual. Oh, God, I tell you what, it'd take me to, by the time I found it, the game would be,
Yeah.
Oh, no, this is, I thought they scored again. It's a replay of the equaliser.
Yeah.
So when you say finals, I take it you're talking about actual final games, not just, the competitions. So it's Esquidquio is down for Canada.
Yeah, just think it's Judy looks like he's a bit of a worry with that one for Canada. They don't want to make changes. Look like they're getting there for the players training, but he's just it's his left leg. Was an issue. So it must be crap. So hopefully he can try to come back on. Hopefully we'll come back on. Just
Yeah. It doesn't tell me who. It tells me who's been in the finals most often, but it doesn't tell me who's been in the final most often.
I have been hearing some rumors, and could be breaking news, but I have been hearing from the Times that Inter Miami are close to signing Lionel Messi, and he will be the highest paid player of the history of the MLS.
Oh, is he not happy at PSG?
I think his contract's coming to an end. He was agreeing to have a pre-contract. You can speak to any clubs in next month, in January. So it looks like now this deal has been negotiated behind the scenes. I don't think PSG, and there was talks about him going back to Barcelona, but I think that's dead in the water now. But he was linked with the MLS just the last few weeks, but he's near an agreement to join Inter Miami.
Right.
And also, as well, we've also been hearing that Inter Miami have been linked with Cesc Fabregas and Luis Suarez as well. So it could be.
I thought you were going to say Ronaldo, to be honest with you.
I think Ronaldo look like he's going to be going to either Saudi Arabia. I think that's what I've been hearing the last 48 hours. I think there could be a deal going on there. quite soon at some point after the conclusion of the World Cup. But I am hearing that Luis Suarez and Francis Fabregas could join with Messi at Inter Miami, along with David Beckham and Phil Neville.
I think you're going to have to tell us. Cafu.
Oh, wow. Cafu, yeah. Just seen here. What a quick free kick. And
It's
actually,
a goal. It's 2-1 to Croatia. They have done it before half-time. Croatia 2, Canada 1. Canada's World Cup dreams are going by the wayside. I mean, they just didn't get... Oh, it was a great goal. Great goal. They just did not get it away. However somebody is pronounced.
It looks like that is... See here, it is Liveria scored that goal. And what a driven shot down the left, past the keeper. And
2-1. Wow. Well, Canada, I mean, nobody's gone for the Croatia win. Everybody's predictions are just, it's like, really?
Canada's giving too much space to the Croatian front line, and it should be really tight with them. But
here we go. I'm going to show everybody what I want to do with our predictions. Oops, I can't. Hang on a second. No, that's not going to do it either. Right, I'm just going to do. You're going to see here. Look. There we go. That's our predictions. Not one of us has gone for a Croatian win. If I was a magician, I'd put it back together. But that's not the predictions out the window. But there we go. 2-1 to Croatia. Deservedly, I think. Would you say so, Karl?
Yeah. Latvia, to get that goal, they deserve to be. I think they've been more impressive in the last 15 minutes to convert the chances. I think Canada could be better defensively. They've been too much open towards the Croatian midfield and the forward line. They need to be better at that. I think Canada will go into halftime feeling disappointed to let two goals, on mats, really disappointed for them.
Yeah, the answer, by the way, to the quiz question that asked us was Cafu, CAFU, but I didn't think he'd played. Did he play that late? 2000 and whatever it was he said. 2002. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I thought it was later than that he'd written down. But fair dues. Dean, I thought he said the other way, to be honest with you. Well, fair enough. Let's go back and have a look at what Dean predicted, shall we? Let's have a look, Dean. You might be trying to pull the wool over my eyes. Not that I don't trust the QPR fan. No, I'm going to be honest. Look, there it is. There it is. Fair enough. Fair enough, Dean. Fair enough. Come on now, Croatia. Score another one. Well, this game, at least it's not a boring 0-0.
No, it's not. It's actually a really good game, actually. A really good game. And like I said,
not full of shots, in fairness. Croatia only had 5 shots, but they have had 4 on target. And but Canada have only had 1 shot. But Croatia now 55 attacks to 47. 34 of those were dangerous for Croatia, 18 for Canada. So you can see they've slowly, 5 minutes, they've slowly started to go on top. And it's, which is where, like I say, we'd expect them to be there. Yeah,
exactly. And like I said, Croatia was going to come into this game at some point, so you know what, fair play to them. And they dropped down after when they conceded the first goal after 2 minutes, but they've been taking chances. You can see it was building up slowly, and it has come towards the end, to to get those chances. So fair play to the Croatians, and they can go to the halftime with a bit of confidence.
Yeah, Dean, it is there in black and white. I've just put it up just to confirm you did say it to Croatia. So well done, mate. But we won a third from Croatia. Oh, Canada player's gone down. They're coming away again, Canada. Croatia, I mean. Oh, he should have released it earlier. The guy on the left was.
Yeah, I think it was Kanatovic.
Yeah.
Could have could have released it there, but yeah. Oh, chance as well. Yeah.
Three corners to Croatia, one to Canada. Statman Saint at it again there. It's a good point, that. It is a good point, because they were banned, weren't they, from a... Was it Euros, or... I'm sure they were banned from a World Cup.
They were banned.
Away again. Now, this is time. He's free on the left. Can he get the ball over? No. Oh, the goalkeeper was out, but the defender, Miller, was there. He's going mad at his co-players. I don't think that ball would have got through to the other attacker. I think he chose the wrong way to run, the other Croatian. Which I presume
I do see that. Yeah, maybe the chance. It could have been a chance there if one of the Croatian players just came in, just come in the middle. So what, Parish is going to take time with his corner. He's not going to rush.
Well, he is, and he's not going to take too much more time because it's half time, and we are leaving it at 2 to Croatia, 1 to Canada, and we're leaving it completely different to how we started it, with Croatia hanging on. Karl, I'm going to go and water the plants. I'm guessing you're going to want to drink or something as well. So we can say to everybody, please stay tuned, and we will be back in about 3 minutes. Thanks for sticking with us, and we'll be looking back at that first half.
Leicester Till I Die Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
And welcome back. The Dougster's in. Hello, Dougie. How are you? What do you call a man with a spade on his head? Doug. Callum is in from Mike Green Raid. How are you? Mike is probably at Newport now, crying into his leek soup at half time if Newport are losing to Derby. We should probably are by now, to be honest with you. Saint says here, there's a chance of a Croatia versus Serbia quarter final. That will be tasty. Yes, it will. And as Dean says here, smash the like button. Only takes a second and costs nothing. Quite right. And it really does help the channel out. Talking to that first half, Karl. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. It kind of started quite well in the first 10 to 15 minutes, but Croatia slowly was getting back in, and and then Croatia got the goal from your former player Andrej Kramaric, and then Livia, scoring that goal, and I think Croatia have been on top now. It was on top towards the end of the first half, but I think Canada need to do something. They need to be better defensively. To stop leaving unmarked players unmarked from Croatia. So, Canada do need to do something. I don't think they'll make a substitution yet, but I think if they could try to start the game like they did in the first half, I think they could try and get back in the game to try to put Croatia under pressure.
Do you think they can get back into the game?
I don't think so. I think this is going to be too much. And I think Croatia are going to pull through to finish this game off completely. But in the next 15, 20 minutes or so in the second half, I just think it'll be too much for Croatia. For Canada, I mean.
Yeah. I must admit, I probably agree. They took the shot lead, but they're playing that counter-attacking game, aren't they?
They are playing that counter-attacking game, and, they have had some half chances, and they need to be better with Jonathan David. It needs to be better on the final ball in the penalty area, but but they are counter-attacking, but it could be a little bit better towards that.
Yeah, it was a shock when Canada went ahead, but it was a good goal.
Absolutely, it was a good goal from Alphonso Davies. Coming down the left hand side. I think Wanalovic should have done better. And Lovren, they should have done better to try to watch him coming close. To let that goal be unmarked when he jumped at the air was a huge offense. It should have been better at that.
Yes, and then obviously Kramaric had the goal ruled out quite rightly for offside, but they dragged themselves back into it at 1-1. But Croatia just could not hold on till half time, could they?
No, Canada could not hold on to half time, unfortunately, which was very disappointing. They just had that chance to try to hold on. I think, like I said, I think Miller could be better defending for Canada, and also Hutchinson as well. When Croatia broke that defense line, they will get a bit more not higher. Canada, they will getting back to very low defense line, which is not good enough at the moment for them in this game. They need to be better at that.
Yeah. Ash has just said, back with the stats, a third fastest goal in World Cup history. Wow. Kate says, what's the fastest? It used to be Brian Robson for England against France. I think it was 98. I could be wrong there, though, but who knows? What did you make? Kate's asked a question, which we'll come on to in a second, but I just want to, before that, look at the games. First of all, congratulations to Canada, who've just won the Davis Cup for the first time. So they have been able to win something today. But, look, the results earlier, unexpected. Japan 0, Costa Rica 1. You would not the odds you'd have got for that would have been off the scale, wouldn't they?
It would have been off the scale after Costa Rica, let 7 in on the first game against Spain, and somehow they were very frustrated Japan, and then get a winner towards the end. So yeah, very surprising with that result. I think Japan would be disappointed after they got that win against the shot win against Germany the first time. I think then it's going to be a different game for Japan when they go get Spain in the final game, because now pretty much what the results are going to be tonight, I think all 4 teams could still have a chance.
Yeah. And I mean, Belgium again. They're just showing it now. Belgium 0, Morocco 2. I didn't see the first goal. We just missed it again. Typical. But I did see the second. Deservedly, they left a load of big names out, Belgium, and they brought them on towards the end. Had all the big hitters on, but by then the damage had been done.
Yeah, the damage was done for Belgium, and I'm just seeing that the first goal, I think Courtois could have done better with a free kick. I know Saiz was trying to get the final touch towards, he came close, but it could have been better. It could have been better for them at the moment. But, I think Croatia will be happy at the 2 teams that they can stay second at the moment with this current result.
Yeah. And Turf is in. How the devil are you, Dan? Anton Deck, Keenan and Kel, Chaz and Dave, Morecambe and Wise, Cannon and Ball, all great double acts. Then there's Chris and Karl. I think that whiffs of a little bit of jealousy there, Karl, don't you?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I see that.
But look, Dan, if ever the Crankies reform, and they are one, sadly, RIP, one of them down now, I'm sure you could always fill in as a little ginger one. Oh yeah, you started it, Dan. Come on. Kate asked the question here. She said, "What do you reckon has been the best game of the World Cup so far?"
Oh,
now Ash says Argentina, Saudi Arabia. Dean says probably Spain, but the upsets were a good once. And then he went, England, Iran was a good performance. So I don't know. What would you say?
I say we'll have to say Japan and Germany, actually. I think that was the best game of the shot to see, Germany very slow, very, solid way to let Japan win that game. And I think they were, like I said, Germany was quite slow. They could have done better in that first game, Germany. But to let Japan score 2 great goals towards the end of the game, that was a surprise. So I think that's one of the best games at the moment. And like I said, at the moment, if Germany doesn't win tonight, I think they're out of the World Cup, because you look at Costa Rica and Japan now, who could be fighting for that final spot if Germany loses tonight.
I've got to be honest with you. I'm just looking through here just to see, because I mean the Saudi Arabia Argentina for me result wise, I think was a standout game. I mean, you've got to look and say Spain got 7, but I keep saying just Costa Rica just weren't there. I thought the France-Australia game was good. I thought, when they got back into the game, France, they played some really, really, really good football.
Yeah, they did.
On that. Japan, like you said, had done well. In their game, obviously, against Germany. Portugal, Ghana, had some really late. I might have to go for that one because it had some real late drama in that one. So, I mean, I don't like Portugal. Don't like them winning. Can't stand Ronaldo. But I think I'd have to go Portugal, Ghana, because the way it all happened at the end, it just sort of like, you just weren't expecting it. You'd sat there, weren't you? And you sort of gone, this isn't the best of the game. And then it just suddenly exploded.
Yeah, it did actually. It suddenly exploded to kickstart kind of the World Cup, because yes, I know England won 6-2 against Iran, but that kickstarted, to have a very close game between, like I said, a decent Portugal team. Yes, I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. Ghana had a good choice, as well too. I've just seen Spain's record against Germany. Spain have won 4 games and drawn 1 against Germany. So this is a huge worry for Germany, because they have a very good record against Spain. So they lost 6-0 in the Nations League, in the last Nations League 2 years ago. So this is a huge worry. I think I've just seen 2 substitutions for Canada, Kone, and also coming on. And looks like,
Yeah, they've actually kicked off now, so I'll bring the graph back up there. The quickest goal, as Ash quite rightly said, Hakan Suka for Turkey, 11 seconds versus South Korea in 2002. Masek for the Czech Republic against Mexico was 16 seconds, and Chile in 1962. Ernst Lehner was 24 seconds. For Germany against Austria in 1934. It was Spain 82, Brian Robson, 27 seconds, and it comes in there at 4th. So I thought it was higher up than that one, but well done to Brian Robson, still in the top 5. Well done, sir. So 2-1. So I just seen that then. Sorry, Robson is 4th and was never the fastest goal according to this site. I have to say my memory has dulled the facts. I think I remember watching that game. That's how old I am. Dean, no, it's not. I'm sure Saint will come. There's been I think there's been a 10-1. Ecuador lost. Yugoslavia, I think he put 9 or 10 past Zaire. So there's been some bigger scores than the 7. I think that's about 8th or 9th, to be honest with you. In fact, I think I have it up here, Dean. Hungary the 10-1 on that. Hungary 9, South Korea 0 was in 1954. So 10-1, 9-0. Yugoslavia 9, Zaire 0 was 1974. Sweden 8, Cuba 0, 1938. Those are the days when the big teams won by big scores. Uruguay 8, Bolivia 0 in 1950. And Germany 8, Saudi Arabia 0 in 2002. David says Canada are capable of coming back, Karl. Do you think so?
I don't know. These two switches can make a difference. We'll have time to tell. But at the moment, it's you gotta wait and see if they can try. But at the moment, Croatia have kind of dominated the possession the first 2 minutes of the game. They hold it quite well. So
it's Hungary at the 1954 World Cup set 4 World Cup records at the time. The goals scored, 27. The overall goal difference of plus 17. Goals scored per game were 5.4. And the average winning margin was 3.4. Wow. That was, of course, the great Maguires. I don't know how you pronounce it. But Croatia in all black, Canada in all black, and now kicking left to right. But obviously, it hasn't changed on the graphic in the middle. It has stayed the same. They've got to come out. And let's face it. That was close. That was close then. Yeah,
that was close. From also just gone over. Just going the right hand far post. Yeah, it looks like Dominic Livac might have had it covered, but could have gone in.
Yeah. There are 4 teams that have also won, apart from Spain, by 7 clear goals. Uruguay beat Scotland in 1954. Sorry, Scotland. No, I'm not. That's funny. Uruguay, I'll just say that again. Uruguay 7, Scotland 0 in 1954. Turkey 7, Korea Republic 0 in 1954. Poland 7, Haiti 0 in 1974. And Portugal 7, Democratic Republic of Korea 0, 2010. And of course, That has now become 5 after Spain put 7 past Costa Rica at this World Cup.
Wow, that's a big huge scoreline.
They're coming at it again. They are really going for it, Canada.
Yeah, I think that those changes have made a huge bit of a difference actually with the pressing. Actually, we've seen Alphonso Davies coming probably more in the middle now than on the left.
Well,
so
you could get caught out here though, but they've got they've put it a bit wide there, Croatia, and it gave Canada the chance to get back. And the cross has gone over everybody. It is picked up by Modric on the. Oh, is it? Oh, they lived dangerously then, Canada.
Yeah. Oh, that was close. Yeah.
Wow.
It did. Oh.
The goalkeeper was the goalkeeper. It bounced off his chest. He went down to grab it.
Yeah, I did see that as well. Well, he just parried his shot with his. I don't know if it was chest. He parried his shot because he didn't know if one of the Croatians was going to come out and try to get a tap in. Yeah. Oh.
So it's a free kick to Croatia here. I mean, on that last attack for Canada, they broke away and could have done something, but there just wasn't enough Canadian players forward.
No, there wasn't much Canadian players forward. Actually, I was a bit disappointed with that one. But yeah, as I said, they kind of just try to push players further up. And then pressure the midfield, the Croatian midfield. I think there can be chances they can try to get the ball into to Davis and Davis and David, in that final third. But as I said, Croatia tried to hold on to the ball to keep the possession, as they can do. But like I said, they are pressing Canada to try to get closer to the opposition.
Yes, yeah. But fair play to Canada are coming again down the far side. Can they get a cross in? Cuts inside, passes it back. Will he get the cross in now? Well, no. Honestly, does all that. Good move looks on the cards, and what happens? They just kick it straight at a Croatian defender. Okay, here's a question for you, everybody. Then, which of these countries has Scotland played? Well, which country has Scotland played only once and will never play again? Which country has Scotland played only once in? Oh, they are living dangerously. Kramaric nearly again with his second.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that was another chance for Kramaric as well. He could have made it 3-1 to Croatia. And he was on mark as well. And I think he just had time just either to place a shot in. I know he kind of, I think if he had placed it just a bit further more, or if the goalkeeper, it would have been 3-1,
Yeah. Oh, you went to that one, David. Wow. Of course, I think you live America, don't you? If my memory serves me right. Short corner here from Croatia on the near side. Nice 1-2. He just kicks it straight at the Canadian defender who's about to give away. No, he's not. He managed to stop the corner. But he loses it to Croatia. Maybe he should have let it go for a corner. No, he doesn't. It goes straight into the arms of the Canadian keeper. They are definitely not hanging on here at Canada a little bit, aren't they?
No, they're not hanging on a little bit at all, actually. So, very surprising they've come out like how did they start in the first half.
But the thing is, obviously, they're going to have to go for it, which is going to leave them vulnerable at the back. Oh, they're through! They're through here. He's going to take a long shot. Oh, my God. Oh, wow.
Chance. Oh, that was going to go in. But
that was close.
And it's a yellow card for Lovren as well. Lovren made a late tackle. The referee played an advantage as well. Yeah.
Wow.
You didn't expect that, did you? Did you? No.
Yeah.
It looks like it was not going to go. It looks like Jonathan David as well. Oh, he might have dipped. May have dipped at the last minute, but
it's probably one of the closest ones I've seen. Oh, I think he got his hand to it. It's a corner.
Yeah,
but it's headed clear. It's headed clear.
Yeah, just that's been cleared out. It's gone back to the keeper. Yeah, and see Hutchison has got to try to cover his blood in his nose bleeding with a tampon just to help stop with the bleeding.
This is turning into a good game. I mean, suicide almost there by the Canadian goalkeeper.
Yeah, just he's kept it in. Oh, yeah. Can he get in? Can he? What a good block shot there. Yeah, Canada's still not giving up at all. They are not still giving up at all.
Yeah. And fair play to them. Fair play. It's good actually now. I'm beginning to think this could go either way.
This could go either way in the next, 10 minutes or so. One team could either lose or win this game. Yeah, it's very close. It's very close than I imagined it was going to be, see who's going to come on for Croatia. Looks like it's a free. Look at there's 3 players coming up from Croatia.
Good morning, Nate. Sorry, I missed that. I saw it and I hadn't brought it up. Yes, I mean, Canada went ahead very, very early, but then Croatia had a goal disallowed before getting an equaliser and going ahead just before half time. And they're both coming out. It's like a boxing match, this, isn't it, Karl? They're both going for it.
Yeah, it is. It is the goal scorer Latvia coming up. Petrovic is coming on for him. Yeah, but this is a boxing match. This could be slugged out towards the end of the game, actually. You know, really 2 good teams playing quite well.
Yeah, I did think Canada were out of it, but I don't necessarily think that's the case now.
No, absolutely no. I don't think they're out of it as well. I don't think they're out of it at the moment as well. It looks like Junior Hollett is coming on, the QPR player as well.
Yeah.
As well. So hopefully we'll give a bit of another dimension on with Jonathan David up front.
Now Dean's happy if Junior Hoylett's coming on. Well, he will be as long as he doesn't get injured. So, half an hour left.
Yeah.
Canada. I mean, that just looks like a T-shirt, that shirt, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. Who's gonna come off for? Who's gonna come on for Hoylett just to see? Yeah, it is. Look like it is going to be. It is Larea coming on. So Junior Hollett is going to play probably just up front next to Jonathan David.
Now, this is interesting. That was very, very nearly a penalty. It's only just outside the box.
Just outside, yeah.
Literally. Yeah. Amazing results from earlier, Nate. Amazing results. How do you think your dad's feeling at the moment, Karl?
Well, I would say he's probably just watching the games now, thinking Canada, well, like I say, he will just say Croatia's the best team at the moment. That's how he processes these games. He probably wants to see Canada winning, but he will say Croatia's been the best team. If you don't score more, then you don't win. So that's how he says it. We'll say it to me. He said that to me last night.
Yeah, it's very, very. Oh, that was a poor free kick. Absolutely. What? I mean, that was a wasted opportunity for Canada. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think Junior. I thought Davis tried to get under the Croatian player system.
I mean, at this level, we're talking, like I've said about a few things, should be the best 32 clubs in the world here. 32 clubs, 32 international teams in the world. And if you cannot get the ball over the first man at a wall, something is wrong.
Well, listen, I agree with you to a certain extent, but Canada's, like I said, if you look at the CONCACAF, the only best team it has been is USA and Mexico the last 15 so years. I said Canada, a bit slowly. It's supposed to be question who's the third best team. We had Trinidad and Tobago, we had Jamaica. And they haven't really come that close. So that's why I think USA, being in the top 50 in the world, the world rankings, you can understand why. But I don't think there'll be other teams will be good other than them. Anyway, you could try to say, for example, when the World Cup does expand, what do? Do you actually have a group stage for the lowest weekend teams? I don't think it will work in some ways, because if they're going to play the last 16, last 32 in the round 16, they're going to be knocked out quite easily. You will say the same thing with Iceland. What happened? They knocked us out in the Euros. So as I said, team can surprise you one might away. But like I said, Alphonso Davies is not probably a usual free kick taker for Bayern Munich, but he's for Canada. So listen, things don't work well when it's from the training on the training pitch, but you just got to give it a go as best as you can. So
But you've still got to get it out. It's a free kick. Maybe I expect too much of footballers, but I would expect them to be able to get a ball over a wall.
Yeah, but if you looked at, like, for example, the player example that used to score good at very low free kicks is Laurent Robert, or at Newcastle, who was very, very good at scoring low free kicks. He didn't need to sky high. He always scored very good low free kicks. And people and that really fools some of the opposition teams. So these certain teams will try it out anyway. To just catch him by surprise. So I don't think he's giving it a go. But let's say it was wasteful chance.
Yeah. That put me in my place.
Listen, I have to put someone in place when I have to most of the time. So.
No, fair point. Like I say, we always say, don't we? Football, it's about opinions.
It is.
So it is still 2-1. So 2-1 to Canada. 66 minutes gone. Let's have a look at the old stats. Let me just update. So 83 attacks for Croatia, but 72 for Canada. But it's the dangerous attacks where Canada are falling down. 53 for Canada, only 26 for 53 for Croatia, only 26 for Canada. But 6 shots in total as well for Croatia, 5 shots for Canada. Some of the shots in the game figures are quite low.
Yeah, quite low in this game. And I know it's very interesting. I expected a little bit more shots from both sides, actually, as well as Croatia, who are little bit of a better team with better striker, better players. But yeah, it's been kind of even Stevens with the certain shots on target.
Yes.
You are watching Leicester Till I Die TV with Chris and Chums. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Pinterest. All you need for everything Leicester City FC. It's Leicester Till I Die TV.
And don't forget, Karl's socials are in the description below on YouTube. Be sure to get over there and give him a follow and a subscribe. And if you are new to this channel, subscribe. And if you have subscribed, as we always say, smash that like button. It does help the channel. I think to me, do you think Croatia is just starting to boss it again?
Yeah, just about a little bit. I think they're trying to tire out the Canada, and I think they're trying to just slow bit of the tempo down to try to hold the ball as much, and then bringing the tempo up a little bit as well. So I think they're trying to kill this game off quite slowly, but when it will get more slowly after the 85th minute, hopefully, just try to kill the game down and try to quieten Davis and also the Canadians.
Yes, definitely.
Well, I said I won't be surprised if another goal come. Oh, wow. Yeah, that looks like there is another goal.
Oh, yes, and it is all over now, surely. All over, bar the shouting.
Yeah, it just... Let's just play. Let's
have a look. It's played out to the left-hand side here. Number 4 gets the cross in, and he's totally on his own. Yes,
Yeah.
into the bottom corner.
Yes, Ivan Perisic, the Spurs player, what a cross as well.
Kramaric got his second.
Yeah, no, that's a good goal. What a cross from Ivan Perisic, the Spurs player, to find Kramaric, and the Canadian players just they do nothing.
There was spare defenders, but nobody was picking him up.
No, absolutely not. And I said this is game over now. Actually, Chris, I think
it is. I think Croatia can now just afford just to sit back, go into cruise control, and it's bye-bye. Is it bye-bye Canada?
It is bye-bye. It will be bye-bye Canada, yeah, because you've seen other teams, well, I said Belgium won. I've got 3 points.
It will give Croatia 4 points. So it will take them top, I think, over Monaco on goal difference by 1 goal.
I still think there will be a lifeline for Canada if they can try and get something against Morocco.
If Croatia beat Belgium, then Belgium will probably have at least a -3 goal difference. Canada at the moment are going to be -3. So if Canada can beat Morocco and Croatia beat Belgium, I know it's all ifs, buts and maybes. But nearly another one there for Croatia. Belgium defence was just absolutely caught napping.
Yeah. Oh, another chance there to make it 4-1 as well.
Yeah, just a ball straight across there.
Yeah, Paris just complaining.
Kate, never asked you, what was your favourite game of the World Cup so far? I think Croatia have probably deserved it overall, to be honest with you. Dean, yeah. Nobody went for 3-1 Croatia. Excuse me. So obviously, nobody was expecting that.
No one expects a Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, no. So Kramaric is coming off. It's Nikola Vlahovic, the former West Ham player, Everton and West Ham player coming on.
You know what I mean? I don't understand this, right? So Kramaric has got 2 goals. And okay, take him off to receive the applause of the fans, maybe with 5 minutes to go. But he could get a hat trick. How often have players got a chance to have a hat trick at a World Cup? He's not the first player that we've seen taken off after they've scored 2 goals.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think Kramaric, he could have stayed on for a bit more. But I just think the game was comfortable. They're happy to keep him rested, probably for the next game. Well, playing the next game, the full 90 minutes. Actually, they just want to take their chances to make sure you don't get any bad injury. Because the one player they've not got is at the moment is Vida, who is a very good player for Croatia, who's injured at the moment. So I don't think they need to suffer more injuries at the moment. Croatia with having a good attacking like Kramaric, who's been doing well at Hoffenheim. So I think they try to take less the risk now, where they can play Vlahovic up front, who could be.
Croatia are definitely targeting the right-hand side of the Canadian defence. Yeah. 50% of their attacks have come down that side. So they are definitely targeting a weakness down that side, and it's working for them.
Yeah, absolutely. It's working for them. And I think that's where Canada's been vulnerable down the right side. And I think Davis playing on the right at the moment, so yeah.
Dean is asking, Karl watches Patrick Bamford's contract situation. QPR scouts are watching him. Do you understand?
He's still under contract for another 2-3 more years. We've not heard enough about the contract and negotiations at the moment because we're happy how the length of his contract got left. I think in a way, I think he will probably get a new contract at the moment for Leeds. I don't know if he will just want to go drop down to get into the championship. I think he'll be happy. Still happy at Leeds. I know he's not had much game time, but yeah, I think the contract situation at the moment is. Did
he drop down a division though?
Well, he's proven he can score in the Premier League. It took him the first season to do that.
Yeah, I'm going to say I think there'll be a few Premier League clubs that would probably go for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And with a few Premier clubs going for him, I just don't. I can't. If Cuba can get promoted, then yeah, it could it could be happy to go down. But I think he's more suitable at the moment, at least where the playing is. But I don't know. Time will tell in the next. After January, what happens if because we
just to confirm the table as it stands at the moment. Croatia are currently top on goal difference with 4 points over Morocco. Belgium are third with 3 points, and Canada are bottom with no points. Now, should Canada beat Morocco by if they beat Morocco and Croatia beat Belgium, it'd have to be by 2 clear goals at least. Yeah. I think Canada have still got the possibility of going through.
Absolutely, they still have a possibility of going through. So it's all to play for many of the groups at the moment. And I think I worry about, like I said, I worry about Denmark at the moment. I think Australia have a very good chance now to try to get into the last 16 for the first time since probably 2010. So it's a huge really situation in that group. But I said at the moment, Canada still can have a chance to get 2 clean goals against Morocco. But at the moment, if they can get one more goal, Canada, it makes that goal difference a little bit more breathable for them if they can capitalise against Morocco.
Yes.
So,
I mean, they're playing well. It's just that final, a long effort shot there that's never going to go anywhere near the goal from Hoylett. I just think it's that, it's that final third, that class they need in that area that they've not got QPR. I think aren't Canada out to 2-2? Yeah, Canada have got no. Aren't Canada out? 2 teams have 4 points. No, you're quite right there, Kate. Yeah, you are quite right. No, Canada are out.
Yeah,
they can only get 3. You're quite right. Sorry. Yeah. And I think he's retired, Dean. I remember watching Charlie Austin at Poole Town when I first came down here. I saw him for about a month, and then he left to go to Swindon.
Yeah, you're right.
Canada, as it stands at the moment, Canada are out.
Yeah, it looks like it as well.
Yeah,
so,
Kate, you are totally 100% right. God, I can't believe I'm saying that to a woman. She'll never let me forget that now, will you, Kate?
that's a
so who's already definitely out then?
So Qatar is out. Qatar is out. We know that after the draw, after the game. I think Tunisia still have a chance, but it's just Qatar at the moment. I'm seeing. Can't think of anyone else at the moment who's lost 2 games, but maybe Canada as well. Canada could be the next one to be out as well.
Canada could be the second team. Yes, indeed. It is, Dean, just that final ball with Canada,
And if Serbia could be out by, this is the thing, because Serbia could be out if they don't beat Cameroon tomorrow, and also Switzerland as well. And also Cameroon could be out as well if they don't win against Serbia, and Switzerland Serbia could be out as well tomorrow. So one of those 2 teams, if they don't get a draw, I'm just seeing at the moment that even Group G's all to play for. If one of those teams wins,
good though. Going into the 3rd game, there's still a lot to play for a lot of teams. There's only, we're saying like who apart from France, there's no team guaranteed top place either, is there? There's only France, So into the last quarter of the game, the last 6 of the game, 79 minutes gone, coming up to 80. 3-1, and Canada just playing for pride now. It seemed a lot. They're just showing Canada's goal. That seems a long, long time ago.
Yeah, it does actually. Especially at the start of the game. But I think for Canada, it's just got there's a lot of work to be done now from after the World Cup now till 2026. They got to win some major some tournaments. They're going to have to compete for the Gold Cup now that for them. They have to compete now for the Gold Cup to try to, bring the players through and really show their good class at the end of, towards the next World Cup.
Yeah, no, you're right. Ant is popped in. Good afternoon, Ant. How are you? Another great Leicester channel there. So we should sign that Kramaric. He looks half decent. He does. I wonder if he's expensive.
Why did it not work at Leicester for him? Why did it never work for him at Leicester?
It was the year of the Great Escape, and we had Nugent that was doing quite well, but Vardy just came through. And that that was his breakthrough season. And we had Chris Wood as well. I liked Kramaric. When we were struggling every week, at least he would have a go. But it didn't work out for him. But it didn't work out for 1 or 2 under Pearson.
Yeah, because I know Kramaric played under Ranieri as well.
No, he'd gone, I think, before Ranieri came.
He'd gone before Ranieri, right? Okay.
Yeah. Did we get your joke? I don't do every I can't even remember seeing it saying, I'm sorry. Not every thing gets put up. Every comment goes put up. What are those hats? Oh, Canadian Mount is there, not looking very happy.
Yeah, a little disappointed in those costumes.
Who would you say, if you had to pick a man of the match, would you be able to?
I think it's Kramaric.
Yeah.
I think to get those 2 goals, the space he had as well. I have to admit he found the really good spaces and he converted them quite well. He really did.
Yeah. Sorry, Nate. And again, I didn't see this. Nate's gone. All the best, mate. Hope everything is all right. He's going to be back for Spain. Spain, Germany is going to be hopefully a cracker.
Yeah. Do you know what? Kramaric did join Leicester in 2015 for 1 season, and somehow he did win the Premier League medal as well, actually. So it was just after Pearson was done, but he did go to Hoffenheim, on loan in 2016. So yeah, I'm just seeing his stats actually. He was at Leicester for 2015-16 when you won the impossible, when you won the impossible league, so. And I think he was I'm just seeing here. Yeah, he was the club record for £9 million. Actually, he just couldn't get.
No, we bought him. Yeah.
So he never actually got the winners' medal actually for Leicester. So yeah, that was a bit surprising. Yeah.
So we're into the last 7 minutes. Yeah, there's not been many. I don't know if there has been many bookings, Dean. There's been one booking each. They've had 1 booking each.
Yeah,
that probably is about the lowest in this game. And you say that, and Canada get a second yellow card. That's your fault. Oh, he's lucky to stay on. Miller. He was having the
Croatia. Yeah, I've just
They've
seen
both got
that.
a yellow card, yeah.
Yeah, I've just
and
seen
Banks.
that.
I mean, I know you get frustrated, but at this point in the game, why bother? Because you've lost, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, well, disappointed for Canada. I know they don't need to react that way. Listen, I know you're losing the game, but listen, just try to keep yourself composed. But I know it's hard, but listen, I think just seeing a few more of the Croatians bring up their final three players or who are coming on.
I know okay, there's 5 minutes to go. He's going to make 3 substitutions. We know while he's really, why he's doing that just to wind the clock down. But we know that they're going to add the time on. So what is the point of doing it?
You know
It's
what?
not going to change the game.
Yeah, my dad said this to me last night. Actually, he doesn't really understand why we have so much minutes to waste time. He should, this is what he said. We should just stop the clock and just play the 90 minutes, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Perisic's coming. Even Perisic's coming off. What a ball from him for that goal for Kramaric. To make it 30-second goal. Perisic's been decent on that left hand side. As well. He's for someone who's 33, still can play ball. Along with Modric. Modric is going off as well.
Yeah. It's going to add a bit of time onto the end, isn't it?
It will. I think it won't be much anyway. I think it'll be 2 or 3 minutes. And Kovacic is coming off as well. So Maes is on. Yeah. So Maes is coming on for as well. Palicic and Oricic are coming on. So yeah, I think it's just be a little bit more defensive now for Croatia just to kill the game off. Just not good enough from Canada. They had a chance with that through ball, but
so we are 3 minutes here under, and whatever time is added on. And Croatia are just going to knock it about now, I think, and run the clock down. You can't blame them. Been a good game, though. Been a good game.
It's been a good game. I think Canada, took its chances quite, very well. Just a bit disappointed, of their finish in the fight. But Croatia, being top, they responded quite well to the equaliser. And yeah, they just took time to get the goal before half time. But they were in cruise control pretty much in the second half. And then Kramaric get the second, before the centre bit. It's killed the game off. It has killed the game off completely. So yeah, I think fair play to Croatia. They just hold it on a bit, and they want to finish the top of the group so they can try and get further into the knockout stages.
Yeah. Not necessarily the best game I've ever seen, but in fairness, I've seen a lot worse this World Cup.
Yeah. No, it's not been the worst, which is a good thing. So,
Indeed, Terry. Terry is in. Good evening, Terry. How are you? Welcome along, sir. Have you been out? You've come in right at the end, but it is good to see an ex-Leicester player scoring goals. As Ant said earlier, it's a shame he's not. Shame he wasn't still with us. Croatia coming away. They won a fourth. Oh, side-footed, daisy cutter, straight down the goalkeeper's throat.
Yeah, just seen it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed, Dean. I think when you're 3-1 up, at 89 minutes, you think, well, I might as well have a shot on goal, but goal difference could be the difference. Could be the difference. No pun intended. You just want the goals, don't you?
Yeah, you do want the goals to Croatia. Yeah, when especially trying to qualify out of the group stages.
Yeah. So, Canada, second team to be leaving the World Cup 2022. Bit like I'm a celebrity, isn't it?
Mm.
And the second team to leave the World Cup this year is
Canada.
Yes. Wales, it could be you.
Yeah, I hope it's going to be Wales by Tuesday night. Because
Yes, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So if there's any Wales fans in, but you know what? You'd say the same about us.
Absolutely.
To be honest with you, Terry, yeah, the FA Cup draw is tomorrow, but I just can't get excited by it. Not while the World Cup's on. It's all just totally arse over tit. It really is.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you with that one, especially because the World Cup's on. It's kind of hard to get excited when that's still going on. And I know for a fact because of League One and League Two still playing games as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's not been a bad game. Like I say, not a classic, but there's been a hell of a lot worse in this World Cup. Canada, to be honest with you, they've shown fight. And if they'd had more of a natural goal scorer, who knows?
Well, Jonathan David can be a natural goal scorer, but he's more on the wings actually for Lille. I don't think he's that up front, so that's why I think that if he does go back to Lille, do Lille play him in that central striker forward? I think they will have to. So,
they're still trying it, Canada.
Yeah, they are. They're still trying.
3 attempts. Croatia keep kicking and heading the ball out. Oh, it would have been a consolation. 6 minutes time added on. It would have been a consolation.
Oh, chance, yeah, from Junior Hoyle as well.
Yeah, Sean Ash with the stats there. 8 Spain wins, 9 Germany wins, 8 draws. Last meeting 6-0 to Spain. In World Cups, Germany have won 2, Spain 1, and 1 draw in 94. Should be a good game. Who do you want to win that one, Karl?
I think Spain's going to win that game comfortably. I think Germany have still got this issue. They've not beaten Spain for much of the majority of the decade, and I just feel like it's. I think it's be too much for Germany. I think Spain's got with Gavi and Pedro. I think it's just going to be too much for them. And I've just seen another goal from Croatia as well. It's now 4-1.
Oh, yes, indeed.
It looks like just see where the ball is. Yeah.
Again, I mean, Canada haven't been having to throw players forward. I mean, he had the freedom of the pitch, didn't it? I mean, there was literally...
And it was 2 against 1 as well. And you know what? It's not a surprise. And,
I don't think Canada deserve this 4-1.
No, I don't think so. I don't think they deserve this 4-1. I think, they have so many chances to try and get a goal back to make it like a 2-goal cushion. But, Croatia just dominated there towards the end. And, I think Miller could have done better there, and the ball went through his legs. And you know what? As I said, a bit of a good finish, and just... Yeah, just
he did well. I mean, again, that time he could have scored himself probably, but
he could have scored himself, but he was selfish to pass the ball to his teammate. And you know what? Fair play to Croatia. It's going to be really smart. Canada now really are going home, and they will have a lot to learn from this World Cup. They will have to kind of get Can I go one step further, Canada? That is another question they need to do.
The goalkeeper there for Croatia had to dig one out from under the bar. It was one of those cross-come shots.
Yeah, and I said, you know what? My hair scoring that winner, the fourth goal. And you know what? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so, but no, I have to admit, you know what? 4-1 is a bit of a scoreline that kind of don't want, because that's not how it's been feeling the game. But
it is what it is. Canada have put up a fight. They've really attempted to go for it, and you know, you got to give them credit for that. But Croatia deserve it. Like you say, Kramaric for the 2 goals, probably man of the match. It's just a case. It's gonna finish. Finished. It has finished.
Yeah.
There we go. It's all over. They think it's all over. It is. Croatia 4, Canada 1. Sorry for your dad there.
Yeah, well, I don't think he will matter as much. We can talk to his friend, his neighbours. So yeah.
Well, Canada went down fighting. I mean, you know, when you look at that, you've got to say, you know, whatever happened, at least they didn't do a Croatia. And I mean, like, Croatia won the second one, but the first game. Overall thoughts on the game, Karl?
Yeah, not the scoreline doesn't reflect how Canada performed today, you know. But as I say, Croatia was very dominant. You know, majority of the game. You know, Canada had chances to, you know, with the counter attacking. But you know what, Croatia have, you know, done well to get this win, and it looks like after a bit of the Asian squad, we'll question it. It looks like they got through. So I think at the moment now, I think they beat Belgium comfortably. I think they have a very good draw and possibility to get to probably the quarterfinals, semi-finals for the World Cup.
Yeah. Karl, thank you so much for that. Give my best to your dad. Just again, yeah, thanks so much, Dean. You take it easy as well. I'm going to be back in just over half an hour. But Karl, in the meantime, it is in the chat below. But where can people find you looking splendid as you do in your Hawaiian shirt on a
it's a flowery shirt. Helen, don't be embarrassing on camera. She's shied away, so you're not interfering with us, Helen. Like you said, you can find me at Karl Levy 92 here on Twitter. Personally, we find at the Totally Leaving Home Football Pod on Twitter at LH Football Pod. We are on Facebook and YouTube. Please subscribe, like, and keep notified of content when we do go live and any contents we put on. And also find us on the go if you're listening to the podcast on Spotify, Google, Apple, and other podcast services.
Brilliant. Thank you so very much, sir. Take care, and we'll speak soon.
Speak soon. Take care. Bye, everyone.
Thanks very much. Thank you. So thanks to Karl there. As Ash has just said, Belgium need to beat Croatia to qualify. Did anyone apart from me expect Morocco to qualify? Potentially, no. The Canada can do Belgium a favour if they beat Morocco. You know, so funnier things have happened. You know, once a team's out, the shekels are off. You know, they don't have to worry. They just go out and play the natural. It's like when a team gets relegated. But I'm going to be back. Please, as everybody has been saying, please press the subscribe button on the link below. I think it's in the bottom corner here somewhere. Smash the likes if you can. I'm going to be back at 6:30 for Spain, Germany with Reese. Wow, what a game that's been. What a day it's been. Probably the best day of the World Cup so far. Maybe Carling did World Cup days. Who knows? See you in half an hour. Good night.
That's all, folks.
Thanks for watching Leicester Till I Die. This is Chris saying goodbye and see you next time.
thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You'd better like them too, or I'll be back.